CJ Gardner-Johnson came back. He was looking pretty good. There were a few rust spots that I saw, but overall, I mean, he was back on point. He got a pick. It was an easy pick. It was right to him, but good players put themselves in good positions to make those type of plays, and he was there. I was interested to see how the safety rotation was going to work. They did announce CJ Gardner-Johnson as the starter in the stadium, but he obviously was not out on the field to start the game. It was Iffy and Kirby. But then they worked them all in there, and I kind of like the rotation. You know, Gardner-Johnson was out there for the majority of the game, so I think that he was a little bit more happy with the rotation than what he initially maybe thought it was going to be. So good to see him out there balling out, making a difference in this defense. And, they play with a different edge, a different attitude. Hutch was out there making plays. Good on Hutch. I'm not saying that's from CJ Gardner-Johnson. But that defense, yes, they gave up some big plays. But for the most part, they played nasty. They played with an edge. They were putting it all on the line. They were aggressive. And I like to see that. We're going to have to do that in the playoff game against the Rams. And we'll talk more about that. But, I love seeing CJ Gardner-Johnson back out there with Kirby and Iffy. And, how did you guys feel about the rotation? You think it's going to work well? Do you think we should have one guy or two guys on the field more than the other? I think they all paid their dues this year. I don't think we can keep Iffy off the field the way that he's been playing as of late. Once again, he got to the quarterback, caused an interception. Kirby Joseph has been playing well. He has 4 interceptions on the year. I believe that leads the team. But CJ Gardner-Johnson is back and determined. And you can tell he's just ready to ball out. After the game, he said, we have 2 more banners to hang, which I love to hear. And he says he'll be damned if he ain't letting that happen, or something along those lines. But he's determined to bring greater things to the city of Detroit. And I love it. So put him out there. He's a ball hawk. He's a gamer. He's a competitor. But how do you feel about the rotation? I personally want to see against the Rams a few packages, or maybe this could be something that helps us the whole game against Kupp and Puka Nacua. Have the guys out there, all of them, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Kirby, Iffy, and Branch. Maybe take a linebacker off here and there, because we know that Branch and CJ Gardner-Johnson both can get to the quarterback. They both can kind of play that nickel and an outside linebacker. They're smaller, but they can cover it against certain teams in certain situations. But how do you feel about the rotation? I think that Gardner-Johnson's definitely going to start the next game. But yeah.